How is everybody? Today is a good day. Number one, it's my birthday. Number two, you see this light right here? That's because I'm at home on a Friday because we got rained out, so can't beat that. Mom hooked me up with my tech deck handboard. Really enjoy the tech decks, so she hooked me up with a handboard for my birthday, so that was really cool. But like I said, with the light, I usually do all my recording and all of this stuff at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning before I go to work, so it's kind of cool to get a nice little break and do it a little later. So, but I've got a jump scare Myers. It was kind of funny. His name was Myers something or another, but basically it looked like a dude that just played Myers. But I have been getting better about understanding some of the other killers in terms of like when they play their different add-ons and different things, and what to really expect whenever you're going against some of the different killers, because there's some really wicked add-ons out there. So this is how I like to play against jump scare Myers. He's obviously not as fast, so you do things a little bit differently, but we'll see what happens. Peace out, everybody. Alright, catching you up on what's going on. They went ahead. They popped the haunted ground. That's why I comp dropped that other one. And this one I'm actually running up to right now. I actually dropped it earlier because he chased me like the entire 60 seconds of the haunted grounds. But really wasn't any good loops, to be honest. So I just kind of cut some of it out. But I'm running Vigil, Self-Aware, Windows, and Sprint Burst. So, like I said, I haven't really been fooling with the exhaustion perks very much, and honestly, for the most part, this is kind of why, because a lot of times when I run Sprint Burst and I'm like at a generator or something, half the time when I Sprint Burst away, they really don't even follow me anyways. And then, especially like with games like this where they're kind of targeting two of the same people over and over again, it really doesn't help that I have Sprint Burst and I'm Sprint Bursting away. So, but downstairs, take the hit. She kind of ran this way. That probably wouldn't have been my play, to be honest. Like, the moment that he hit, she was on the other side of me. She should have ran straight. I'd have got out of there. But I actually think she ended up getting hooked again. But either which way, we're going to push on down. We don't know where he's at. And we find the man. So, obviously planning my attacks with the tiles. Tiles like this with very little obstructions are really good for even slower killers, you know, any of the 4-4s or anything like that, but especially tier 1 / jump scare Myers, because he can't really seem to catch up. He can, it's going to take a lot of time, and he knows as well as I do that if he wants to have any luck right there, he's going to have to make me drop the pallet, and I'm not like the other ones. So we're going to go ahead and get that 99.99999 on the door to make sure it's absolutely perfect. Use that Sprint Burst and get back over there. She's in the basement. We see her throwing them arms up, so now we're kind of worried. And there he is, just chilling out at the top. Let's see if we can take him away from the basement, possibly. Maybe try and cut back in. No. See, that's kind of what you're going to run into a lot more with a Myers. You know, killers are generally going to do it anyways, but we're going to comp drop that, hoping he was going to come and break it so we could slide down there, because I was prepared to take the hook and take the basement hook, assuming that she could have got out, but I don't really want to rotate the short side on that one, so I'm just going to go ahead and pre-throw that pallet and try and put him on the other side. He knows he's on the other side. I didn't loop back into the pallet, so I'll get stuck on the box for a second, but it definitely added some time. Same right here, you don't see the glow. You just kind of assume he's going to try and do everything he can to take the absolute shortest path possible, because he cannot walk as fast. He can't catch up quite as fast, so this one's a little bit longer of a loop, so I wanted to go ahead, same concept with her still on the hook down there. I didn't really want to, so use that as an opportunity to get that Sprint Burst back. Same with this one. I got 2 pallets in the room. Game's over. You might as well just drop it, get some of that walking time in there. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure it only takes about 28 seconds for a Sprint Burst to come back when you're using Vigil. So it's really not that amount of time. You know, you can pretty much just look at each quarter section of your thing is about 7 seconds. So that one's a weird one because he's on the other side. He's going to be able to cut me off, so I didn't really get a lot of sprint time on that. But it's cool because if you see from like when he kind of first started till now, I've gotten majority of my Sprint Burst back, so it looks like I'm probably only lacking about 2 solid seconds. But honestly, I'm not totally sure why he tried to mind game these, especially being a jump scare Myers, to be real. I wasn't really sure, but the cool part is we were able to have that sprint burst right on hand, and we'll sprint burst right on over here, and just like that, we'll get away without even getting hooked. Unfortunately, we did not get her out. All the other teammates grabbed some hooks, but either way. But I figured I'll go ahead and show some of the perks and stuff like that. Show I'm not playing baby killers like some others, but there you go. Peace out. GG's, everybody.